right. Yeah, let me bring it this way. Peace, everyone. All right, all right. So, we're commanding the day. Here we are again, starting a little later. Still out and about, handling some things. It's about 6:30 a.m. Eastern, and I didn't do any announcements or anything this session. So whoever's here is here. It's cool, you know. But willfully, you're up and moving. You've gotten some movement in already. Peace, Aquia. Peace, precious mom. um, Willfully, maybe you've gotten some movement in. I know for people like you, Aquia, on the West Coast, you probably still in bed. That's understandable. But yeah, I just got my movements in. About 4 miles, and I'm gonna go do some other stuff in the midst of the work and everything. But you know, we're now at our 6th day. You know, peace, Manera, King Rael. Man, you guys are early risers. You guys, Chef Boogie or Bougie, it's one of them. Are you on the move too? All right. I'm actually not a dawning person at all. So, so I impress so easily, to be honest with you. So it's like when I see people up, I'm like, oh, all right, okay, because I'm really easily impressed. So I just like, oh, y'all up at 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock? Wow, that's amazing. But yeah, for me, I'm a moonlight person. I'm not a dawning person whatsoever. But like I often say, in a revolution, you have to do what's necessary, not what you feel like doing. So, it's necessary for me to get up early. So I'm up. Yeah, I'm up pretty early every day, usually around 4 or 5 a.m. And I usually don't turn into about 3 4 a.m. So sometimes it's a 24 hour, like last night, 24. Yeah, I did. Let me see. Did I go to? Did I rest last night? No, no. I've been up. I think I dozed off for about an hour. I don't know. I didn't. I haven't been in the bed in a while. I know that much. But anyway, let's just get to it, man. So you all can get on to what you're doing. Um, so I just wanted to share something today. Yesterday I was kind of, and yesterday that rain, peace, Kashia. Woo! It came down after I got off. I was drenched. It came down. That little tree was doing the best it could for me, but it had nothing else. It was saturated, and yeah, I had to make it back to my vehicle. But yeah, man, if you caught yesterday's live, I ended it quickly because the rain was coming down so hard. I didn't want to damage my phone. But yeah, it was a thunderstorm. Not a thunderstorm, but just a rainstorm that came down. But so real quick, I wanted to just share something that I was kind of meditating on a little earlier as I was moving. Just as far as peace, God is key. Just as far as commanding and controlling, where we're at as people, and this is kind of a big one. And it's not a maybe get it today type of thing. It's not a 1-2 thing, but it's something that maybe we could all just start to keep in mind, and especially if we have comrades who are near to us and dear to us, can maybe even help us to kind of you know keep it in check. But I was really meditating on addiction and the proliferation of addiction that exists in Western society. And a lot of us are addicted to a lot of different things. They say pretty much everybody's addicted to something. But obviously, the major ones like pornography and food and alcohol and narcotics and social media and things like that. You know, um, but even things like overanalyzation. Some people can't sleep at night because they can't stop thinking. You know what I mean? Some people can't meditate because they just keep thinking so much, and not realizing that, you know, that itself is an addiction. The overthinking, the overanalyzing, constantly celebrating, constantly mentating is also an addictive uh, type of quality. But what it really does, what addiction serves, it serves to keep us distracted, and that's most of the time why we dive into it, man. You know, a lot of us are dealing with a lot of pain in our lives because to live is to suffer, you know, and we are going through life and perfecting through life to try to find some rhyme and reason and meaning behind the suffering, you know, understandably so. And sometimes it takes, you know, it takes us a little longer than maybe we would like it to kind of come to those, you know, those realizations as to why did this happen or why did that happen. And that's just a part of the journey. You know, we all get things at different times. If we all got everything at the same time, we'd be born on the same day and we die on the same day. So peace, brother Logan. You know, Baba Logan actually. You know, so yeah, you know, we come into the world at different moments. We leave the world at different moments. So therefore, our insight and our transcendental are going to happen at different moments. You know, so that's kind of the sometimes what leads to addictive behavior and depressions and pain and hurt because we feel like at a certain age we're supposed to have things. I'm 15 years old. I should know how to do this. I'm 20. I should know how to do this. I'm 30. I should know how to do this. I'm 40. I'm 50. You know, and those it's just fictional. You know, our journey is very unique, and it needs to peace. Yeah, Aldere. It needs to remain in a unique space, man. You know, there's some things that I'm a pretty quick learner. You know, once you put something in front of me, I can within usually a couple hours, I can develop a proficiency on it. But then there's other things that I'm such a late bloomer that I just, some things just take me forever to catch that some people were able to catch in adolescence. And I still struggle with it. So everybody has their thing that they'll have a gift and a talent to move quickly to. And then for some of us, we have things that are a bit more of a challenge. That's just our karma that we're working out. That's our karma thread. But addiction, man. I used to witness a lot of addiction in the culture community when I used to do a lot of events back in the days, and I would see the same people, peace, Deidre, you know, always present, like at every event. And it used to kind of like, I look at it and be like, man, like you just go from lecture to lecture to lecture to lecture. And of course, when you first see it, it seems kind of admirable. Like, oh man, this person is really digging into, their consciousness, into their learning. And then you see this, like, there's a crew that just like event hop, if you want to call it. The sun is coming up. I think it's going to be overcast for a little while, though, but we'll see. But yeah, they just kind of event hop, and you start to see that there's an addiction there. Like, oh, so and so's in town. This one's doing a lecture. This one's going to be over here. This one's going to be over there. They just go from spot to spot. That's never really been my thing too much, so I never got caught up in that part of the conscious experience. Peace, brother Vermont. Sister Nikki. Yeah, everybody's up early. So all this time I could have been building with y'all. Didn't know. I get up so early sometimes, or just don't sleep, like last night, yesterday, whatever. Sometimes it blurs for me. That's why what. A lot of times when I'm doing segments, you always notice there's like alarms and my stuff is buzzing and stuff all the time. I use technology a lot of task schedulers, a lot of calendar reminders, appointment reminders, because I'm not that in tune to the clock of the day. So I compensate by like being like Iron Man. Like I got all this technology going off, buzzing all the time to make sure that I'm on time for my appointments, and I know that I have appointments for the day because I'm the type of dude that will be on his railroad tracks. I'll just walk them. I'll walk 10 miles on a track. I've done it before, just picking up spikes with no bag, just holding them and stuffing them in my pockets. And then, oh, I was supposed to do it. I had a therapy session I had to do with someone. So that's why I have all those reminders and stuff. And when those glitch, worlds collide. I tell you, worlds collide because your brother ain't thinking about it. Your brother want to walk the railroad tracks and look for pieces of iron and steel to play with. But back to the addiction piece. It's something we got to get a hold of, and like I said, it's not a. You heard that? It, see, told you. I know what that's a reminder for, though. You know, um, it's something that we got to get a hold of, and it's not an immediate thing for most of us. But it's something that we have to acknowledge and kind of just pay attention to, whether it's the food addictions or, like I said, the pornography, um, alcohol, narcotics, social media, overthinking, sleep. It's all a product of pain, and a lot of times it's pain based on a couple things. It could just be trauma that we've experienced, right? But a lot of times it's the pain of of really trying to. Well, it comes from trying to numb ourselves out from the pain. So all of your addictions are painkillers. They're all painkillers. And when I say painkillers, they don't kill the pain in that it never comes back again. So I guess probably a better term would be a pain number. But they all numb you from the pain. All of your addictions, food, social media, porn, sex, whatever it is. We use them to numb ourselves out. And that disassociation from our relative selves allows us to not have to acknowledge ourselves as a force on the planet. You see, that's the ultimate thing that we're trying to remove, or the ultimate ideation that we're trying to escape from. That we are a force on the planet. Peace, New Neptune Tarot, going to the backyard for some grounding. Good. You know. But ultimately, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to remove ourselves. Peace, brother Kevin. Good dawning. Good rise. From that reality, man. That I am a force on the planet, and I have a purpose. Like everyone and everything, I have a purpose for being here. And some of us are so delayed on enacting that purpose that it creates an internal pain. And that pain or that disassociation from our spirits to our souls starts to create an emptiness. You see, so there's like a void. There's a empty void that begins to exist inside. And in order to fill that void or to distract ourselves from the pain of having that void, what do? We start to delve into addictions, and we start to fill ourselves with things. And we fill ourselves in order to fill that void. You see what I'm saying? And in that within itself, you're being commanded, peace, Brittany. I think I'm catching everyone on this one. Yesterday we had a bit more, so I didn't catch everyone, and we will if I stay on, but I'm not going to stay on that long. You heard the reminder, but yeah, trying to escape from the numbness of what we're not supposed to be taking care of, becomes our pathway to our addiction. You see, and like I said, it's not an immediate thing. I don't expect you to hear what I'm saying right now and then like delete all the porn off of your phone, or you know get rid of your sex buddy or whatever. I know it's not an immediate thing. If it was, that'd be awesome. But we got to at least start to source and sometimes live with the cravings of our addictions. Sometimes it's good if you can, when you feel that addiction spring up, don't act on it. And what I mean by that is feel what it feels like to feel that addiction like surging through your body, right? So let's say if you have a food addiction or a sex addiction, and you're in a moment where you make a decision, like, yeah, I want to come off of this. I need to stop, you know, um, titillating and stimulating my body unnecessarily, whatever it is. And that feeling comes up that that's what you want to do again. Try to sit still, like literally almost in a meditative space, and just feel the sensation of it, because there's always a physiological effect of your addictions. It's mental, but and then you start having a physical effect, which now creates the rationale. You need it. You need some candy. You need some fried chicken. You need it. You know that. So that physiological peace, brother Utu. You know that physiological effect now starts to make it real. It's almost like, when your body is trying to. Well, mine does, because, and I respect my body's hustle. I respect the jokes, but sometimes your body tries to trick you into going to sleep. And maybe y'all don't have that problem because you're a little bit more respectful of your body, but that's something I'm working on. But you know i've had I've had times when my body is directing me. I remember I slept in a doorway once, and my body kind of sent me to the doorway. It's like, ooh, that vestibule look comfortable, don't it? And I walked over there and leaned against the wall and fell asleep standing up, because I had been up, man, like maybe 4 or 5 hours, 4 or 5 days, something crazy. It was some crazy number. I was doing some serious soldiering work back then, and me, always the peace, brother Chris, the committed, humble soldier. Now y'all go sleep, man. I hold it down. I'm gonna stay watch, y'all. Y'all go boom, boom, boom. You get a couple hours. When you gonna sleep, brother? I'm good. I'm good. Y'all, I probably can't even do that anymore. We talking, long time ago. I was in my early 20s back then. But I would do that sometimes, 4 or 5 days without even sleeping. And I remember I was outside, and it was this little, it's like a little stoop in the building. My body was like, yo, go to the stoop. It looks comfortable. Like the granite, the granite stoop looks real comfortable, doesn't it? And it wasn't even like sit down. I was like, yo, just go lean against the wall. You could still, do what everything you need to do. You can see everything from there. Just lean against the wall. And I leaned against that wall and fell asleep standing up. So sometimes there'll be a physiological effect that your body will kind of induce and establish, and that helps to justify whatever the addiction is. you know and if you can get to the point where you can allow it, where you can just kind of sit through it and sit through that feeling, again, whether it's like I said, masturbation, it's just watching the pornography, or if it's food, or talking too much, thinking too much, which is a huge one. That's a huge one, because most people don't even know that thinking can be addictive, until, again, they're trying to go to sleep and can't, or they're trying to meditate and can't, you know. But any addiction that you might have, and most of us have, 10 to 15 addictions. You know what I mean? So if you sit there and you're like, no, I ain't got none, just try to think again. Maybe you don't. Maybe you're one of the special ones. And if you are, more power to you. But it's very rare that you don't have any. It's really rare, but who am I? Who am I to say, right? But that's just something that we need to take a look at. I would suggest, what I mean, uh, going forward, just in the effort to command what's going on with us, to command. Yeah, cell phones are an addiction. I'll give you a great example. So yesterday I'm driving, right, and I just started using GPS like maybe 2 years ago. Yeah, about 2 years ago, I just started using GPS, and I'm just like, man, I should have been using this all this time. Like, I just think it's awesome. You know what I'm saying? Because I like to organize things almost down to the minute, and to be able to put coordinates into an appointment, and then when the appointment pops up, click it and boom, and start mapping me. But I know it sounds crazy because you just started using GPS. Yeah, I have a lot of features around me. I mean, I have a dishwasher in a house I've owned for over 20 years, and I've turned it on, I think, twice, something like that. I just don't use some stuff, right? Um, and I never really got the whole dishwasher thing. You got to wash them, then put them in the dishwasher for the dishwasher to wash them. Why don't you just wash it the first time? I still don't get it. And I mean, I ain't even running no restaurant, so I ain't got no standard with it. Water got to be a certain temperature. I know how to scrub something. My hands are strong. But anyway, not I digress on the dishwasher thing. But so yeah, yesterday I'm driving somewhere, looking at my GPS on my phone, and ended up going down a bunch of series of do not enters, and I ended up in the back of a courthouse, And one of the guards came out, one of the court officers came out, and she was like, "You didn't see them three signs you passed coming up here?" And it was like a little tight, it was like a dead end. And I'm trying to back out, and I was like, "Sis, you know what I was doing. You know what I don't even know why you asking me. You know what I was doing." I said, "I was looking at my phone, looking at the GPS," and she said, "I know. It sends everybody the wrong way." I was like, "So I don't even know why you came out here with all," and I'm talking to her just like that. I'm like, "I don't even know why you came out here with all that rah-rah." I said, "You know what I just did. The GPS sent me the wrong." I said, "How the hell I get around the other side?" I'm trying to get up out of there, man. I ain't gonna be trying back in the courthouse. You got a gun on your hip. She had the little Shirley Afro from What's Happening. She was cool, older, like, just funky, older, funky black woman. You know what I mean? Had a gun in her, she had a gut hanging over a utility belt. You know what I mean? Her little gray afro. You know what I mean? So I was, I'm just messing with her. You know what I mean? But staring at that phone, right? Instead of using my own senses and my own intuition and my own guider. And I'm not gonna lie though. I, I did actually see a do not enter sign, but I was like, the GPS said go this way. So who you gonna listen to, the GPS or yourself? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's just had to kind of like check me, which is cool. But we were joking and everything. But addictions, man. Like I said, they're primarily used, or we primarily use them to keep us distracted from recognizing ourselves as a force. You see, that's the thing. When you start to recognize yourself as a force, and you realize that you're not enacting upon that realization, then the depression sets in because of the void that you've established within yourself from that non-action. And that non-active void now becomes, you know, I just want to make sure this. I don't want to go viral and trip over the tracks, and you know. But the non-active um, kind of durational system that we establish as a result of not doing what we came to do. This little doggy, yeah, you know. Good morning, sis. How you doing? All right. You know, but yeah. I think she snuck out the house to have a drink. Whatever was in that cup was like a drink. That was probably one of the dirtiest little dogs. That's really why I actually got out the way. I was like, I don't want the dog to touch me. That was a dirty little dog. Yeah. I think the dog had gold fronts. But yeah, that void that we experience from not doing now institutes a desire to addict. So that's just something I wanted to kind of just speak on, man. For any of you who are dealing with uptown dog, I don't know, Chris. That dog probably wanted to come with me. I don't know. Oh, she coming back. She coming back. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm not. This ain't my place. You got to be careful. Like, what I mean, you got to be respectful when you're out of town because, like, I'm out here just trying to do this video for y'all real quick. But like, I don't know whose mama that is. You know what I mean? So I don't want to say nothing slick. Like, get your little dirty ass dog out of here, and that might be, what I mean, the town goons auntie. So what I mean? You gotta think. You know what I mean? You get older, you think. You know what I mean? When I was younger, you know what I mean? Might be saying, you get your dirty ass dog. And she'd be like, hold on a second, hold on, wait right there. You know. So you never know. But wow, it's gonna be on this side once again. So that's the thing. That's the thing. All right, it's decided to come on my side once again. You know, it's a dirty little dog. The dog like a Wolverine, half Dotson. But yeah. Anyway, let me get off this thing. So you already got what I wanted to give you. You know what I mean? And now it's starting to get weird. And yeah, she got a deep ass voice. Yeah, it's starting to get weird now. So once it starts to get weird, I know I gotta get out of town. Yeah, there's somebody down there by the train tracks. He over there talking to himself and everything. He smelled good. He smelled good. So you know he probably got some money. He smelled good. You know what I mean? So you take Dooney. Dooney, y'all go down there and y'all see what's up. Bring me back something. Bring me back something. I want to get another little taste. Yeah, you know what I mean? It start to get weird. So yeah, the impossible is happening. But anyway, like I said, that's all I wanted to share, man. Just um, yeah, it's a hybrid. Yeah, it's a leftover lichen from the Underworld series that Low did. But yeah, man. So see y'all laughing too much. How we go from addiction and y'all over here laughing on the thing? You know? Yeah. I want to know why she was walking up and down like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's that hour. It's that hour. And it's overcast. So, there's certain entities that wouldn't normally come out in the sun that could come out right now. They could day walk. So, yeah, man. You know what I mean? And you know, be old ladies coming out in their 90s. I saw you out here doing something with your phone there. I just, who boy you? Whose boy is you? Where you from? You talk funny. I'm in one of them towns where they be talking to me like I'm dumb. I can't understand people. I'm in the southern states. I tell them I can't understand them when they talk when I'm passing through these areas and they be like talking to me. I said the jit. I said who the jit? What? Uh, the jit. That's what they call our children. You know what I mean? Oh, the child. And they be talking to you like you stupid. I'm not stupid. You got a down south college degree. We already know. Let me just stop. But anyway, so yeah, I just wanted to wake y'all up, man. Willfully, you have a good day. It's the day of quarreling in Yoruba. It's the sixth day. We don't really need to call it Friday because unless you know, into that Frida aspect, then you don't really need to worry about that. Hey, hey, now, yeah, I know y'all from down south. I know a bunch of y'all from down south. And I respect it. You know what I'm saying? I respect it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, sometimes y'all get a little down south arrogant. You know what I'm saying? When people can't understand your weird lingo. You know what I mean? Yeah, I deal with that recently. I had to go get something from a car place, and dude kept saying, "Hey man, go down there by the yard, man. Go down there. He's gonna drive on there and gonna make a left down the yard." Yeah, the yard. Oh, the station. I said the yard. I, it says station on the front of it. You know what I mean? And you learn not to ask too many questions because then they get frustrated real quick when you down. So that's why like a GPS comes in handy. You be like, man, all right, well, what street is it on? You know when you get there. Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you. No, but anyway, stop. Let me stop playing, man. You got to give love to your country cousins. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna get the hell up out of here. All right, everyone. So just be well, man. But think about that, man. Think about the fact that you are a force, and your addictions are nothing but painkillers. They're numb. They're just there for you to get numb and to stay numb and to be numb. And don't numb yourself from the reality of what you are, man. And I know it may create a void, but that's why it's important for you to not always experience yourself in solitude. There's just too much of that. I'll figure it out. I told y'all I was getting weird. See that? We just crashed. I should have stopped right when I said I need to stop. See what I mean? Well, anyway, let me just say this last bit. I know everybody's going now, but at least whoever sees it afterwards will see it. I'm gonna dig into this a little bit more going forward because we need to. But we need to really look at some of those addictions that we all have that are jamming up our day. that are causing a distraction in our day when we should be moving closer to our purpose. We sitting here playing around, watching things we shouldn't watch on social media, making ourselves feel worse, because it's very rare that you look at something on social media and you feel better about yourself. But all of those different things that are keeping us from the rhythm and the clock of what we're supposed to be doing, that's causing us not to be able to command and structure and dictate and direct what our day is supposed to be, man. So, just start making a note for yourself, like what are the things that are distracting me? What am I using to numb myself? Whether it's just watching cartoons, sex, pornography, whatever it is. All right. So I'm going to get out of here because that was a warning. Then I need to get up out of here. All right. So everyone, enjoy your day. Be well. Be safe today on this day of quarreling. It's a day to make your point known and reach out to those, like I said yesterday, who are helping. For those who the devil has sent into your life, start that separation. Like I said yesterday, God sends some people, and the devil sends some people too. And yesterday's segment, I taught you how to spot the ones that the devil sent. All right, so give that some time and give that some energy, and keep yourself beautiful. There's a lot of ugly people out here who would like to spread their ugly on you, so that way again they can take the beauty and the grace of the gifts and the fortune that were meant for you. Keep yourself beautiful, man. You know, shake them up off you, keep them up off you, keep the addictions up off you, and soldier up, soldier up. All right, everyone. Be well, be safe, be beautiful. Peace.